Welcome to the Man Cave.
I'm Nick.
I'm Nick.
And today,
We're talking about how to design
your man cave. What is a man cave?
Indeed, Nick, what is a man cave? A
I-
man cave is a personal testament to who you are as a man.
And your manliness. It is an homage to all you hold in this world to be sacred.
It is something through which you can talk about not who you are as a being, but who you are in your soul.
It tells a story about who you are. What are your passions in life? What you enjoy. It describes to people who you are, not just on the outside, but on the inside as well. That is what a man cave is.
Yes.
You got to understand what a man cave is.
It is not a gallery.
It's not a gallery.
There's a distinct difference
There's
between...
a function to it. A gallery is merely just to enjoy what is in the room, just to look at it. It's not a gallery. You don't want to just people have walking in there and just looking at your stuff. It's random. You want to have a purpose to the room. You want to enjoy being in that room. You want to be able to sit in that room for hours on end and just enjoy the heck out of it.
A man cave is inherently bro-worthy.
You got to be able to have your bros in it.
Question and answer. Does a man cave actually have to be a cave? No. A man
Yes.
cave...
Okay, no, it doesn't. But if you could have it in a cave, wouldn't you want it in a cave?
Absolutely, you would.
As long as it was a furnished cave and it looked nice and it wasn't dripping water everywhere onto your stuff. There are the main 4 branches of man cave. You got your workshop. Now, what's a workshop? You got to be able to build stuff in it. You got your automobile workshop. You got your craftsman workshop. These guys, they are very hands-on. They like to build stuff with their hands, put stuff together, rip stuff apart. Also, it's got a function to it. It might be a garage. You might have your cars in it. It might be in a basement. It might be in a shed.
You would find tools and things to make things in a workshop man cave.
Things to make things. It's got a function, and it's a more hands-on function to it. Let's get into the second branch of man caves, your gentleman's man cave. This is for the sophisticated class. They hold themselves higher than everyone else. They think sitting around watching the game, screaming at a TV, and playing video games is above them. They got their scotches.
They've got that glass display case where they keep all of their monocles.
They wear a monocle and they have a pocket watch and wear vests and have a butler named Reginald.
They have a bookshelf loaded with books, not to show off, but that they actually read.
And then they have a second bookshelf of books that they have never read at all because it is below them to read them. So they have somebody read it for them. You generally tend to have like antique stuff along with
Your pen and quill.
It's going old school. Now, let's go into the third branch of man cave, which is going to be the sports man cave. This is a very popular man cave, especially nowadays. Sports are very big. You got hockey, soccer, football, basketball, lacrosse, baseball,
Pole toppling.
all gymnastics. You don't really have a gymnastic man cave because
Now, there's also a distinct difference between a personal gym and a sports man cave.
Yes, a gym is something you're using for exercise, and most of the time you do share that with your family.
A personal gym does not contain the qualities a man cave would because it doesn't contain a good mix of entertainment to showmanship. Entertainment to showmanship is a combination that you expect from a man cave. Personal gym has too much of a utilitarian function.
Yes, and the sports man cave generally has, your sports memorabilia, nice TV, stuff like that. Now let's get into the fourth and final main branch of man caves, which is what happened to be what we got going on right here.
Yes.
This would be qualified as the nerd man cave. Now, what does that entail? That entails your video game nerds, your comic book nerds, your superhero nerds. Yes, there are comic books about non-superheroes.
Technically, it would incorporate anime nerds as well.
No bronies, no My Little Pony, no Hello Kitty, nothing like that.
None of that.
It's got to be manly anime, not Sailor Moon.
Like Gurren Lagann.
Gurren Lagann, yes. You got your memorabilia from all your nerd stuff, your movies, superheroes, all the video games you watch. We've hit the 4 branches of the man cave, but we got to go into, you want to make your own man cave, right?
You want to think about what's going to make this man cave a manly man cave. And the best measurement of that, I think, is a DIY factor.
Now, what does that mean? It means do it yourself. You put your own blood, sweat, and tears into this thing. You got to be able to do all the work yourself. You got to put it together. If you ordered a giant couch for it, it's of course fine to invite the bros over to help you move the couch and move some of this stuff. Yes, that's acceptable.
There are some people who are very wealthy individuals who have the audacity to go out, hire somebody to build, construct, imagine their own hidey hole, their own home dream house, and then they call it their man cave. No. You have to come up with your own image, your own idea and vision for you to call it your man cave.
Each piece of memorabilia normally has a spot in your heart.
Which brings us to our next topic, is the elements or the pillars of what you put in your man cave.
Now, first of all, you gotta have entertainment. Most of the time, this is going to be a TV. You're gonna want a TV in there. Unless you're going with even a workshop. Even a workshop, you might want a TV.
And especially when it comes to entertainment, you want to have the principle of go big or go home. Don't half-ass it. Full-ass it.
You gotta do that. Now, I recently upgraded my TV. I just bought myself a 50-inch 4K HD TV.
And let me say, my friend, it is gorgeous.
Watching 4K movies on this thing is amazing. Watching Deadpool, a manly movie, on a manly TV in a man cave, there's no better feeling. This isn't just for you. You want your bros over to enjoy it too. If you're going to be going split screen, you better be having a big TV, otherwise you're not going to see nothing.
And there's something very manly about getting a good deal. Speaking of bros, if you do want to bring any kind of bros into your man cave, you want to have good arrangements for them to be comfortable. Are you going to bring out a lawn chair?
No. Who wants a lawn chair? You going to make them sit on the floor?
I mean, that's something a caveman would do.
Are we cavemen? Yes, we're going for a man cave, and yes, we are men, but we are not cavemen. You don't want stools. You want something functional. You want something comfortable, and you want it to be stylish. You don't want it to be women stylish. You want it to be manly stylish. You want it normally of a darker color. You want it to be robust.
It has to be the sort of thing that you would conceive all of your most brilliant ideas on.
Now let's get into, you're going to be having guests over. You're going to be having yourself in there for a long time. You got to have snacks. You got to have maybe a pantry with some chips, some dip.
Something to hydrate.
Maybe if you don't have a mini fridge, I recommend getting a mini fridge. Maybe you want a cooler in there. Maybe you want like one of those Gatorade coolers. That way you can give you guys some drinks. If you're
mini
old enough.
fridge all the way.
Mini fridge all the way. If you can afford one and you got the outlets for it, do it.
Even better, if you have a workshop man cave, build a cooler into something.
Build it into the wall. Now, one of the most important things in any man cave. If you just got a TV and a couch, you got a living room. You don't want a living room. You don't want a second living room. Exactly. You got a living room, that's for everyone, that's for the family. You gotta have memorabilia.
This is the part that separates the boys from the men.
Now, boys, they're gonna have all their little action figures. Yes, you can have some nifty Konami Arts figures. Those things cost like $150. Sideshow collectibles. These things look like they are real. It's creepy.
Memorabilia. Things that are you, but in a different dimension than you.
Yes, you go into this stuff, you got your workshop, that's going to include, if you're a car workshop, you got all your hubcaps, street signs, license plates. You're a car guy, you got stuff that screams car, you got pictures of old cars, not old pictures of old cars. Maybe you got that
As
too.
I was bringing up earlier, if you're going to have a study, if you're going to be a gentleman's man, you want to have books that you have read, things that you've worked on or read or written or art that is interesting to you.
You generally have a globe where you can point out all the places that you've been in the world.
Yeah.
Even if it's just Omaha. Then you get into your sportsman cave. As we mentioned, you got all your sports jerseys. You got them framed and signed on, and they're hanging up on your wall. You got your signed helmets, your signed balls, basketballs, footballs, baseballs, soccer balls for the nerd man cave. You look around ours. What do we got going on here? Right here we got Star Wars. Right here we got Deadpool. Right here we got Injustice. Behind us, we got Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, all different stuff. We got video games, superheroes.
I think the Nerd Cave is the best example of when you would want to go big or go home, because it is so easy. There's so much content there. Not that there isn't with the other 4 caves, but this is the difference between a
statue of a football player and a statue of Superman fighting Apocalypse.
You're going to find 1,000 different kinds.
Superman fighting Doomsday, not Apocalypse.
You're going to find
Apocalypse
1,000 different examples of every little piece of nerddom that you can.
Now, The real question here is, we've gone through everything that makes up a man cave, but where are you gonna get all this stuff? You know, let's say you do have the money. You don't buy this stuff all at once. You build a story behind it. Furniture, probably just go to a furniture store. You know, you can find a lot of this stuff just everyday places. If you're going for a sports man cave, you're gonna want to go to a sporting goods store.
If you want your things to be unique, the best place to go is the internet.
The internet is where you find some crazy stuff. Go on eBay. You're going to find some weird stuff that people only sell a few items or even just one of. Sometimes you're going to get a really good deal. Other times, you know, if you're a nerd, yes, you're going to want your signed stuff, and that's going to be great. You might want to go to a Comic-Con, or there's actually Gamescom. You might want to get it signed by Stan Lee. You might want to get it signed by the head director of the movie studio or whatever is going on. But a lot of times, you know, for the everyday man, you might just want to go on Amazon. They got good deals, and they got such a large assortment of stuff. Most of the stuff in this room I got from Amazon. Look up what you can get. Get some nice stuff that really puts it together and shows what you like in this world. Now, the last thing you want to really get into about when you're making this man cave is what you want to avoid. You're a man. This is a man cave, people. It's got to be a man cave. These are things you're going to want to avoid. Because once you do this, it takes away from the man cave.
Now, it's important, okay, to remember where you came from. But that doesn't mean bringing your entire childhood into the man cave. I don't care about the photos of you when you were 6.
We don't want the Christmas cards. No, we don't want those family Christmas cards. They shouldn't be down here. There's no place for those.
If you have some sort of an odd obsession, you want it to be bro-worthy, or else you don't include it.
Yeah.
That's the rule of thumb.
Now let's just put this out there. If you are going to have family photos, they mainly should be of men. You want to have your old grandpa that fought in World War II. That guy knew what it was to be a man. You want to have...
I haven't checked up with you on your position of this, but there are some people who enjoy putting photos of women on their walls. Now, there's an aspect to that which... It's manly, but then there's a very fine line between that and just being creepy.
There is that fine line. Now, a lot of times, if you're gonna have a poster of Barbie on your wall, you're being creepy, bro. It's weird. This isn't. It's just weird. No Hello Kitty, no Barbie, no Totally Spies, nothing like that. No Disney princesses on your walls.
Pictures of men, and you're good to go. Pictures of Ken, and it's a no.
Couldn't have said it better myself. A lot of people do have women. They got women bikinis. Anything less than that, don't do it. This may be your bachelor pad, but you do not know what is going on. You might have some family members over, and the 5-year-old walks into your man cave unknowing it's your man cave, and you just scarred that child for life. Keep it classy.
It's something you want to bring your son into if you ever have one.
Yes, and you don't want to bring it to him and scar him. You want to bring him into the world of being a man. We're going to get into what it is to be a real man and the qualities of a man in a later video. But until then, stay manly.